Glenda New at 5. I'm sitting down with candidates running for Michigan's open Senate seat this week, profiling each of their campaigns. And yesterday I talked with former Congressman Mike Rogers. Today I'm profiling Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin, a former CIA officer running on the Democratic side. And in a one-on-one interview, I asked what voters can expect as part of her platform.
I'm a former CIA officer, Pentagon official. I did 3 tours in Iraq, so I think about these things.
As a proud patriot sitting down to a one-on-one interview on her tour bus.
I just really feel we need a different generation that thinks differently, that works harder, that approaches problems differently.
Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate Elissa Slotkin laying out her plan for serving the people of Michigan. Slotkin says she joined the CIA after the terrorist attack on 9/11 and remains committed to keeping us safe. And as an elected leader, she adds, combating inflation also won't be easy. Voters have been outspoken about the importance of inflation and economy. What do you intend to do?
1, bringing supply chains home for good jobs, right? We want better jobs, better benefits so people can afford the things they want in life. Number 2, you got to attack the big things that are burning a hole in people's wallets, the big bills, healthcare, prescription drugs, housing, childcare. Lastly, you need a tax policy that keeps more money in your pocket.
Slotkin tells me she does not own an EV, but wants to see American auto workers building them. Do you see a day where gas-powered vehicles just won't be on the road anymore?
No, just the range, right? I think we're still working on issues of range for an EV. You want to be able to drive up north. I don't care what you drive, but I want to make the next generation of vehicles, period. And I want to make them in Michigan.
Speaking on the issues of Israel and Ukraine, do you want to see more money given to those countries to defend themselves?
I would rather have a strong American role in the world than cede that role to Russia or to China. Every country in the world, including Israel, has the right to safety and security, and if someone attacks them, they have a right to go after the perpetrators of that attack.
On women's rights, what do you intend to do on that front?
If the bill to codify Roe v. Wade at the federal level came in front of the Senate, I would definitely vote for it. I would vote to protect IVF and contraception.
On the border, she is expressing the need for a better system, but Slotkin differs from her opponent on how that is best achieved.
We need to make it easier to come here in vetted legal immigration channels than to just walk over the border and do it by walking 1,000 miles.
Closer to home, Slotkin feels more must be done to keep kids safe, and she believes we have to prevent future tragedies like those that have hit our communities. We've had Oxford, Michigan State, and Rochester Hills. What do you intend to do to address that?
In Michigan, we passed very reasonable laws. I'm the co-sponsor of similar laws at the federal level. Safe storage, background checks, no matter how you're buying a gun. You want to buy a gun at a gun show, you want to buy a gun on the internet, background check. Making sure we can go in when there's someone having a mental break, having a real problem, and there's a court that says this person is trying to harm themselves or others, then removing weapons from the home.
Slotkin tells me she believes this election will be fair and rules are being enforced to protect integrity. She also tells me there is no doubt there's so much at stake.
Believe in the democratic process and our clerks. Believe in procedures. Educate yourself.
Lastly, Slotkin addressing questions critics have raised in campaign ads.
You've been publicly questioned about non-disclosure agreements in relation to Chinese companies. What do you want to say to that effect?
I have never signed an NDA with a Chinese company, a Chinese entity. I would never do that, and I have not done it. That is just a straight up lie, and I'm sorry that my opponent and others keep lying about that. It is just factually not true.
Slotkin says she's proud to have already served in Congress. She now wants to serve in the Senate because she believes working together to tackle more issues truly matters.
Yeah, and good to hear from both of them, in the last 48 hours, their opinions on both sides of that. So
Thank
great
you so
work,
much, partner. And you can find my entire interview with Elissa Slotkin and watch my one-on-one with Mike Rogers right now at WXYZ.com.